Greetings, welcome back. For this week's practice, it's going to be more of half Vin and half Yin. So make sure that you have a blanket or even a towel to help support your knees or maybe even your hips. And also, if you're going to be utilizing the music, go ahead and have that off to the side and queued up, ready to go after the first part of this class. Today's class is going to be focusing on opening up to like the general flow of things, the opening up to receiving as well as giving. What comes to mind is the deity Lakshmi. She's this beautiful goddess who's dressed in this vibrant red, seated upon a lotus. And the lotus is very symbolic in meaning. We all know they have to travel, and they're born from the mud. They travel great distance, through the waters and from the darkness to come to the surface, to be this image of beauty. So for this lotus is symbolic of, all the dark times and the sad times in which we come out on the other side, even more radiant, even more open. So we'll be starting off our class obviously with a chant, Om Shrim, Lakshmiyei, Namaha. You can feel free to join me, or you can just enjoy the vibration. So just find a nice, comfortable seated posture. Again, if you find that your hips, your knees don't want to settle in, you can feel free to elevate your hips with seating on a block or even a pillow. And just stacking the shoulders over the hips. This nice long spine all the way through the crown of the head. And we soften through the eyes. We soften around the chin and the jaw. We bring ourselves here to this present moment. And the chanting is basically an invocation. An invocation for us to find these qualities that these deities remind us of, These qualities that all reside within us. Sometimes the muck and the experiences of our outer world harder to see, harder to find. Just drawing your attention to your hearts, the heart center, the very seed of your being. Om Shrim Lakshmiyei Namaha. 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 Sitting at the feet of the lotus, sitting at the feet of Lakshmi. A reminder, this openness we can find within. And when we find it, we're able to emanate it back out. Gently start to flutter the eyes open. Rub the palms together. And just take a moment, we're going to take the Lotus Mudra and we can incorporate that throughout your practice as well. And the Lotus Mudra basically is allowing the arms to hang heavy, pinkies going to touch, and as are the thumbs, and then the remaining fingers just open out. Just kind of forming like this open flower. So we're creating a seal from the tip of the pinky all the way through to the tip of the thumb. The base of the palms rest together, creating that seal. And then we bring the thumbs to our heart center and bowing slightly down. And the more open, the more enlightened. And carefully releasing out of that mudra. And take the left hand onto the top of your thigh, and we're going to take the Vishnu Mudra. So basically, they're going to bend the index finger and the middle finger as best as you can place it onto your palm, or even into the thumb, the base of the thumb. You're going to take the pinky and the index fingers together, yeah, and the thumb extends. So we're doing Nadi Shodhana as our Pranayama practice for today. Nadi Shodhana is really good for balancing the left and the right side. It's great for calming the nervous system. It's very great for, just opening up all of those energy channels and balancing everything out. We're going to take that right thumb on, the right thumb will always be placed on the right nostril, and then the left index, or the right ring finger and pinky will be opening and closing the left nostril. We're just going to take this and place the thumbs lightly over the nose. Go ahead and block the right side. We're going to inhale through the left nostril. So take a nice deep inhale through the left nostril only, blocking the right. Switch sides, blocking the left nostril, open up the right, and exhale. Feel free to soften through the eyes. Inhale through the right. Blocking the right, open up the left, exhale, left nostril. Inhale through the left. Close, exhale, right. Just continue. Switching sides. Take about 5 more. More cycles, that is. 2 more cycles. Last cycle. Carefully releasing the hands. You can shake them out. Again, if you're utilizing music, feel free to have that ready to go. I'm going to go ahead and cue that up, and we're just meeting child's pose. So sinking in, hips back onto the heels, arms extend straight out in front. Drawing the heart, so you can sink the heart closer towards the earth. Forehead to the ground. Just gently opening up through the hips. Feeling a release in the low back. Maybe find a little more openness in the upper back. Lengthening through the arms. Then exhale, take the right hand to that right ankle. Inhale as you lift the hips, sweep that left arm overhead and kind of open an arch. Exhale as you sweep through, left hand to the left ankle. Again, just finding that opening and arching up forward. And then exhale. Hands come down, Bhujangasana as you snake the torso through between the hands, and then just lifting up. Alternate knee lifts here. Feeling that in the low back. Maybe even gaze over alternate shoulders. And then exhale, sink the hips back into child's pose. Inhale as you lift up. And then exhale, sweep through. Inhale to open and lean back. Exhale back to that child's pose. Inhale up for that Bhujangasana as you snake the torso through. Again, take whatever you need here. And then exhale back to that child's pose. Inhale as you sweep to open. Exhale, lower. Inhale. And then exhale. Inhale, snake through, open. Again, alternating knee lifts if you want. Maybe even a gaze over the opposite shoulder. Exhale, sink the hips back. Inhale, open. Exhale through. Inhale and open. Exhale as the hands come down. Sweep the torso through. You feel free to add a shoulder opener here. Just by lowering the torso, extend the arms out into a T. Left hand's going to come under the left shoulder, bend the left knee. And then just rotate. Feeling a nice deep opening to that right shoulder. Exhale as you come back to center. Extend the left arm, bring the right hand fingertips underneath the right shoulder. Then the right knee. And then open and twist. Exhale to unwind. So you can feel free to incorporate that if you'd like. Back to that child's pose. Inhale up for that alternating half camel. And then just make your way to downward facing dog. Rooting down into the four corners, 4 points of contact rather. Pressing the heels towards the earth.
side between the knees, or even up towards your thighs. Even up towards the belly. Pressing the chest towards your thighs. Go ahead and pedal out the feet. You just start to walk the feet up towards the top of your mat. We'll just take a few half lifts. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold. Inhale to lengthen. And then exhale to fold. Go ahead and clasp hands behind the back. And then lifting the arms up and overhead. Press the palms together. Shiva Mudra here with the index and thumbs extended. Again, when you press the palms together, get a little more deeper into those pectorals. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold. Maybe straightening the legs a little more. You can feel free to ragdoll it out, clasping or taking your hands on opposite elbows. See if you can shift more of the weight into the ball of the feet. Maybe those heels slightly hover, maybe even feel a little lighter. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold. We're just going to kind of root to rise. We're going to take a few rounds of Surya Namaskar. Just the traditional 10 breaths, 10 movements. So just starting in Samasthiti with the arms alongside of the body, palms face forward. And just inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. And then exhale as you hinge forward. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale as you plant your hands, step back. And then lower halfway, all the way to the mat. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 to 5 breaths here. Feel free to walk out your dog if you need. Feel free to alternate leg lifts, whatever you need to do. And then when you're ready, just make your way to the top of your mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale to fold. Inhale as you root to rise. Sweep the arms up overhead. And then exhale, hands through heart center. Coming back to Samasthiti. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale to fold. Inhale to lengthen. And then exhale. Nice strong Ujjayi Pranayama. Just get the blood flowing. And feel free to add any additional movement you need. Maybe it's a side bend, back bend, any additional pause or an additional breath. Maybe an extra chaturanga. Just taking one more round. Again, syncing your movement with your breath. Inhale, we find a little more length. Every exhale, we soften, we fold, we gather. Just being in downward facing dog. Taking as many breaths as you need to get there. We'll just start with the right side. Inhale as the right leg extends. And then exhale, draw the right foot through. So pivot to ground the back heel. And then inhale, lift up for warrior one. Virabhadrasana A. So nice deep bend in the right knee. Left shoulder drawing forward, keeping the torso nice and aligned. Nice deep hip opening to that left hip. Gaze forward just beyond the tip of your nose, or you can draw the gaze up towards the thumbs. And then on the exhale, we're just going to straighten the front leg and sweep the arms back and through. So we engage the end triceps. And then inhale, big circle with the left arm, right arm's going to follow for reverse triangle. Feel a nice deep stretch of that right hip and right side body. Breathing into that right lung. And the hand can wrap around the low back, or it can just rest on that back leg. And the exhale, so windmill the arms down. Taking your vinyasa. Again, these are optional. You can always just step back to downward facing dog. You can also take any modified version. Transitioning to the left side. Inhale as the left leg will lift. Exhale as you draw the left foot through. So with the left foot, the back heel is going to pivot and ground, and then inhale. So warrior one on the left side. So nice strong back leg rooting down, pressing through that outer part of the right foot, and then drawing those thighs together. Exhale as the front leg straightens, sweep the torso down for this floating like pyramid. With airplane arms, can engage those triceps. Inhale, reverse triangle. And then exhale, taking your vinyasa. We'll just take those 3 poses, starting with the right leg. And drawing through. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, floating like pyramid. Inhale, reverse. Each time we return, yeah? Find a little more openness. Just making your way back to downward facing dog once you finish the left side. Again, feel free to take child's pose if you need it. Or even just sit back under the heels for seated meditation. Just start to lengthen your breath back out. You can take in as many breaths as you need to get there. And just making your way back to downward facing dog. Add a few more postures there. Inhale, the right leg lifts. And we're gonna just, same thing here, just gonna attack on a couple more postures. So warrior one. Exhale for that floating pyramid. Inhale up for that reverse triangle. And taking that openness, we're just gonna prayer twist it. So pivot on the ball of the back foot and hook the left elbow outside of your right thigh. Gaze over the right shoulder. And then carefully inhale as you draw that left knee out in front. Cross the left thigh over the right. Maybe the left toes hook behind the calf. And start to bend through that right knee. Extend the arms out to this side. Notice that the left leg is on top, so the left arm will cross. So crossing the arms over, left over, right. Intertwine the forearms. Maybe the palms or the fingertips come to touch for eagle pose. Draw the arms and elbows forward and upward. Find your drishti. Carefully unwind. Exhale, lightning bolt. And then windmill the arms to the back of your mat. Inhale, left leg will lift. Exhale, left foot forward. So warrior one. Inhale. Exhale for that floating pyramid. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, prayer twist. Again, pivot on the ball of the back foot. This time hooking the right elbow outside of the left thigh. Just twisting deep in the low belly. Then carefully unwind. Inhale as you draw the right knee out in front. Cross the right thigh over the left. Maybe tuck the toes behind the left calf. Bend through the left knee. Stack the shoulders over the hips. Extend the arms. This time the right leg is on top, so the right arm will go on top. So just cross. You can always reach back for the shoulder blade. Give yourself a hug. And then bring the forearms up and interlace. Again, pressing the elbows forward and up. Feeling a nice deep stretch to the thoracic and the upper back. Exhale as you carefully unwind. Inhale as you draw that right leg out in front. Exhale, carefully draw up the left toes back for lightning bolt pose. And then inhale, windmill the arms. And then make your way to the front of your mat. From the top of our mat, right leg will lift. Exhale, draw it through. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, pyramid. Inhale, reverse triangle. Exhaling prayer twist. Inhale for standing balance. Exhale to cross. Eagle pose, sinking the hips back. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, follow through. Lightning bolt pose. Then inhale, windmill the arms, pivoting to the back of your mat. Hands come down. Inhale, left leg lifts. You can feel free to add your vinyasas if you need them. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And then exhale, pivoting back to the top of your mat. Your basic flow. Again, feel free to add anything you need. Feel free to take anything out. Just meet in a forward straddle fold. Legs nice and wide, toes facing forward. You can peace grip the big toes, bring the crown of the head towards the earth. And feel free to take as many breaths as you need to get there. Inhale to lengthen, and then exhale. Go ahead and draw the feet back together. And bring the right shin forward for a pigeon on the right side. So just make sure that your hips are nice and level. You can utilize a block if the right side wants to dump. You feel free to put a block or a bottle or anything you have to give you a little more support. Pillows, blankets, towels, that kind of thing. I'm just finding a little bit of openness here. Start to lengthen your breath back out. And just slowly start to lower. And keeping the hips nice and level. And start off, maybe you can lower down onto the elbows. Notice what kind of mud comes up, yeah? I always equate my hips to being that famous, infamous junk drawer. That junk drawer that we all seem to have in our homes. A typical junk drawer, stuff in there we don't even know what it goes to. Stuff that's not even ours. Stuff that's broken, yeah? Why do we hold on to that kind of thing, yeah? So notice what comes up for you on this side. Being the Pingala side, the right side of the body, the side of the body of our masculine energies. Masculine energies of strength and courage, yeah? Feel free to start lowering down a little further if you'd like. Any discomfort, if it's mild, see if you can just breathe through it. Anything that's sharp or anything that keeps you from being able to focus on your breath, just back out of it a little bit. That sensation, not injury. Inhale as you carefully lift your gaze. Walk the hands in. Take the back leg out in front and bring the left foot outside of the right thigh. You can draw that right foot in a little closer towards the hip. And just sink the hip bones down. Make sure the left side doesn't lift up. Left fingertips back behind you. Inhale as the right fingertips come up. Go ahead and hook the right elbow outside of that left thigh. Let's take it a few moments in this seated spinal twist. Allowing that closure of the hips. And then exhale as you carefully unwind. Go ahead and bring the legs nice and wide. And you can always sit on a blanket if you need. Just start to walk. Toes are going to be hard flexion through the feet. So if you can really engage the quadriceps, and then go ahead and soften them as you lower. Bring the elbows directly underneath the shoulders and just allow your bones to stack and allow that heaviness of the upper body. And also always feel free to use a blanket or pillow to rest the head or the forehead on. And keeping that nice long spine. And just notice the conversation that begins. Maybe it begins in the inner thighs. This part of the practice, you need to shift your breath work to sync with the sensations as they arise. The ebb and flow, some waves more intense than others. Just notice where you're still holding on. You seem to be holding back. Where can you soften? What can you let go of? As we get older, our tendons and our ligaments get shorter. So holding these postures is really good for lengthening them. It requires not only quieting the mind, but quieting all of those muscles. And through stillness, we find clarity. Nothing lasts forever, not even this. So just breathe through it. Notice how the mind starts that conversation. All those questions, all those doubts.
Inhale as you lift your gaze. Walk your hands in. Feel free to rub out the inner knees. That's where I tend to feel a little tightness. And bend the left shin. Bring that left heel in. And then take the right leg over the left thigh. Right, so left foot right outside of the left thigh. Make sure both hips are nice and grounded. We'll just stretch and twist in the other direction. So right fingertips down behind the right hip. Inhale as you lift the left arm. And then exhale, take that length and twist. So gaze over the right shoulder. Okay, twisting through the low belly. And
carefully unwind. Take that right leg, sweep it back behind you. So the left shin's going to be forward. So you feel free to come up onto the hands, work even transition from downward facing dog if you'd like, if you prefer. Just drawing the left shin towards the top of your mat. And again, rest the hands on the thigh and on the sole of the foot. So really activate that back leg. Again, if the left hip wants to drop, put something underneath it for support. And then exhale to slowly start to lower down onto the elbows. You can draw the palms upward. It's the Mudra to receive. The left side of our body is known as the Ida, our feminine energy. The same side in which our heart resides. The sensations and the feelings of compassion and love, and even courage here. But it's a softness. And the courage to soften, the courage to let go. It's that other side of that junk drawer. There's different items here. And some things might be useful and some things aren't, yeah? What can you let go of? Start to settle in a little more if you'd like. Just breathe through it. And as you lift your gaze, walk your hands in. And then just make your way into a very wide child's pose. So knees nice and wide, sinking the hips there. You can feel free to use a blanket or a pillow. You may want to have one nearby. Fair warning.
From here, we're just going to walk the hands back. Just come down onto your belly. And then bringing the elbows underneath them. And just finding your Sphinx pose. So hips are nice and grounded, tops of the feet press into the mat. And we draw our belly towards our spine. And we're just going to gently start to turn the hands in. So go ahead and bring the right forearm in front of the left. And just start to walk the hands in opposite directions. Feel a nice deep stretch in the upper back. And just start to lower the chin, rest the head. Breathing in through the back body. And just breathing into the back body. Leaving some of that tightness in between the shoulders. Stretching through those rhomboids. Inhale as you lift, walk the hands back in. Go and extend the arms out into a T. Just to kind of rest the chin to one side and just find a moment to release. And then inhale, walk the hands in. Again, finding that Sphinx pose again. And tops of the feet press in. Engage the muscles, maybe lift the knees, draw the navel in towards your spine. This time the right hand will turn in, left forearm in front. And just start walking the fingers in opposite directions. A nice, deep, intense stretch. And every inhale, kind of intensifying that stretch. And when you're ready, just lifting your gaze. So the elbows, walk the hands in. And then sink the hips back into, again, let's come back to that wide child's pose. So knees nice and wide. Sink the hips back. And you can stay here or you can transition into frog. So frog pose, knees are nice and wide, so feel free to use any additional padding that you need. So the hips are in line with the knees. We're not sinking the hips back. They're actually lifted and in line with the knees. And then the feet, that body part, the ankle, is in line with the knee. And then you can stay up on the hands, or you can lower down onto the forearms. And just double check your alignment. You can also feel free to curl up the corners of your mats for additional cushioning. Again, hips in line with the knees. We're not too far forward and we're not too far back. Just that happy medium, hips nice and lifted. Again, toes turned out. And just notice what comes up, yeah? See if you can soften something, even if it's only for a breath. Just breathing through those sensations, resisting the urge to run. Just lengthen your breath back out. Nothing lasts forever, not even this. Maybe you find that you're able to sink a little deeper and feel free to make that minor adjustments. This is the mud, yeah? This is the mud in which we can rise out of. Come to the other side. It's from these instances, these experiences that we blossom. Just continue to let something else go. Maybe it's a thought. Notice those doubts. Notice those questions that arise. Set aside the ego and just focus on the seat of your hearts. Everything you need is right there. Just a few more breaths. You can do anything for a few more breaths. Inhale, lift your gaze. Walking the hands in. And coming out of it any way that you see fit. Maybe it's plucking forward. Maybe it's drawing the big toes together and sinking the hips back. So take what you need. And then just carefully begin transitioning into your Shavasana. Slowly lowering down onto your back. Maybe taking any additional postures that you need. Maybe you need a sideline twist for the low back. Maybe you need a back bend or maybe even an inversion. Just settle in. Just allow your body to grow heavy. Notice where you feel more open. We begin bringing awareness back to your body. First, by taking a nice deep inhale. Open mouth, exhale. Notice what's left. Notice what remains. And carefully making your way up to a nice comfortable seated posture. Taking whatever postures that you need to get there. hands into that Lotus Mudra as a reminder, sealing in our practice. Om Namo Lakshmi, Om Namo Lakshmi, Om Namo Lakshmi, Prema Devi Mataji, Om Namo Lakshmi, Om Namo Lakshmi, Om Namo Lakshmi, Prema Devi Mataji, Om Namo Lakshmi, Om Namo Lakshmi, Om Namo Lakshmi, Prema Devi Mataji. Join the fingertips together, Anjali Mudra. Just pausing here for a moment of gratitude. Gratitude for all these opportunities, all these experiences. And a practice in which we can work through them, come out on the other side. Om Namah.